Yeah, that's a very good question. Our coach, in a good way, very. So I found out that what should I do in order to the three things that you have to. I'm going to take you very far ago.
Throughout the series, there has been a notable absence of mentors. Because first isn't just about the students participating, but about all the people making it possible. So today, it would be great to bring a graduate of first programs that is now a mentor. Let's bring Antonis Nikolaou into the green light. Hello, Adonis.
Hello, Buyo. What's up?
Great. It's great having you on the show tonight.
My pleasure.
Let's begin by introducing you to the audience. So, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Antonis Nikolaou. I'm from Thessaloniki, Greece. I am 19 years old. I study civil engineering in Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, and I compete in first competitions since 2015 from a very young age. I'm really into robotics, first competitions, and all of this cool stuff. Uh, I started from a background of a homemade FLL team till I became a FGC Team Greece and FTC team from Thessaloniki, a mentor, uh, great experience, and I have passed through a lot of levels in first competitions.
You said you participated in a homemade FLL team. So, what more did being in a homemade FLL team gave you than in a traditional structured one?
Okay, so let's start with this. I started in the age of 9 in one of the first Lego League competitions in Greece. And at the very beginning, I started from teams that they created in noise. So they assigned to us a coach. We made a team. We started practicing in noises. But after some years, because it was difficult, the quarantine came, all of this stuff made it hard. So me and Marius, one of my best friends, we decided to compete again in FLL. Also, my sister Constantina and some of her friends wanted to join us. So basically, we made it a homemade team with my mother as a coach. Let's stop yapping about this and get more into. It was hard because you have to like train in the floor. You have to make your room a training place that the members can fit. You have to get like the EV3 from a Christmas present and to make it for the competition. You have to give your time, your space, everything, and that provides you a lot of real world values. Like you have to know that you have to program your whole day to organize everything, to organize your room. Also, you have to find everything because your mother is your coach, so she doesn't exactly know what she does. Also, even easier to get into a conflict. So you have to be flexible about anything. You have to learn how to adapt in every situation.
So, you talked about, not having a proper coach doing like homemade FLL and your mother just being there, as an adult to guide the whole team. Do you feel that these conditions help you develop leadership skills?
Absolutely, yes. In the way we work, like we everybody was a leader of what he was up to or she was up to. So everybody learned how to manage everything. So it gave me a lot of leadership skills because I had to organize like everything you see, and because you don't have someone to tell you from like before it happens, you had to find out in a way like in time. So you learn how to manage things in time, in real time. Okay, also you have to try to communicate with family members that in a more like a competitive way is hard, and you have to like see things before they happen because you don't have that plenty of time or the big budget, or sometimes you don't even know how much all this thing is going to cost or how much time it's going to get, and everybody is doing anything they can, but in their own in their own pace, because it's not the primary job of no one.
You mentioned a couple of questions ago that this FLL experience gave you a lot of skills. Did those skills and abilities uh, help your performance in MDC?
Definitely, they helped me a lot. So, to be more specific, as I mentioned before, all the skills like leadership, make something out of scratch on the fly, having to work in a low budget with nobody more experienced. All those things gave me some skills, uh, helped me to learn how to improvise in the proper way. And that helped me a lot to adapt and helped me to get selected to represent Greece in the first global competition.
Oh, so you represented the country of Greece in MDC. From experience and previous interviews, I heard that there's a whole selection process.
Yeah, it's a selection process that goes uh, in a particular way. So, first of all, there is an open public application for everybody to send his resume, CV, whatever you want, write some letters, and you send this. They evaluate it, and then you get selected to the whole team in Greece. After this selection, there are some workshops that give you the appropriate knowledge in order to go to a second bootcamp. In the bootcamp, they select some years 5 or some years 10 or 12 year members to represent the country. After they get selected through various challenges, evaluation, and interviews, they go into another bootcamp. If they are 5, they are going to represent. If they are 10 or more, they are going to be passed through another evaluation process. So they are going to be 5. After those processes, you work as a team with the other guys. Shout out to my other teammates. It was a great experience. Uh, After that, you're going to dedicate your time in order to prepare a strong robot and and a good structure in order to take the best place. You're going to dedicate a lot of hours, a lot of effort, and it's going to be the greatest time you ever had.
You told us that it is very difficult to get selected. So, did you feel like the selection for representation of the country, you fought for that position?
Yes, I fought for that position because you take like a bunch of teenagers, like maybe 80 to 100 kids each year, and you all fight for the same place. Like it's a good in a good way, very competitive. Like you meet people, you work with people, but also you have your goal in your mind. And I believe that most of the time, if you are very dedicated to your goal, you're going to see what you want, like in order to get selected. In my first year, I didn't get selected, so I sat down and think, what should I do in order to get selected? First of all, because it's a representation of your whole country, you have to be representative. Like you have to know how to present things, how to talk to people, how to manage situations. You have also to be adaptable because the trip is very long. The whole process is going to be like it's going to be hard sometimes. It's not so hard because it's great, but you have to get in your mind like you have to be very adaptable and to have knowledge in one particular thing, and also you have to know all of the position except from yours that you are assigned in a moderate way. Like if you are not the programmer, you also must know how to code because, or to debug because you don't know what's going to happen. If the programmer gets sick, what you're going to do? You have to know how to code or how to debug the already existing program. So I found out that the three things that you have to be armed with them, it's going to be representative and talkative and all this stuff like soft skills. It's a key for the first time to notice you. Then you have to be like technically complete, like to know a little bit of everything and more in a particular skill, like CAD, programming, mechanical systems, whatever you want, whatever you know, or like project development. Then the third and one of the most important things that you have to know is how to adapt fast and handle quickly situations. Like you are going to be in a country 1,000 miles from your own. You're not going to be able to eat what you eat in your home. You're not going to be able to have like proper sleep. You're going to be tired, angry, whatever, and you're going to have like a robot broken and a match in like 2 minutes. You have to fix it. Try to be calm, uh, be productive, be as good as you can be, have a good ranking, and all those you have under pressure. You have to do those under pressure. So it's a key skill. That's what I found out.
Great. Your experience while a student at first program is very full and like very interesting. But it's half of the story. So, you told us at the start that you're a mentor of an FTC team. When did you decide it was the right thing to do after graduating to become a mentor?
I'm going to take you very far ago. So when I started, I saw these first competitions. Like it was amazing. It was like a whole different world. Like how they express things, how they make things in their own way, in their own creative way. It was amazing. So I stick to it like for I think right now it's the 10th or 11th year. So in my experience, what I saw is like is it doesn't matter how old you're going to be. There is always a way that you can contribute in order to contribute and participate in order to have this experience. So I thought like after speaking with the founder of Eduact and the guy that brought all those things in Greece, Kostas Vasiliou, when we spoke in the airplane after Singapore, they told to everybody like, why you don't come and try to teach what you saw like after you graduate. And after I graduated, I remember his words, and I was like, okay, I should go try this. And I thought like, what could I do that could change how like kids see robotics, or what would my 13 years old self would like to have. All those things, they I got this inspiration from speeches, and I thought it's going to be great or to be a volunteer, but I prefer like to stick with the robots.
Yeah, with the robots. That motive to become a mentor was very inspiring, and I hope it inspires many others to do the same. But for now, no, let's examine your experience a little bit. What part of first has impacted you more?
Okay.
Being a student or a mentor?
Um I think it's very easy. It's like being a student because if you are in the age that you are a mentor, you also are going to have more stuff in your head, like anything could distract you, like in a way that you are not going to enjoy it as much as a student. Also, as a student, it's like something that it's going to open your eyes. So all those feelings that it's going to give you are going to be like you are going to remember them until you die. So as a student, I think it changed my whole level.
I know this question may sound very similar, but Team Greece is a very, as you said, a very interesting experience, and it's different from other first programs. So, it has this bootcamp thing and all of the workshops. So, did you enjoy it more as a mentor or as a student?
So especially Team Greece as a student because I had a great time. I met new friends. I have friendships that I met. I met them in Team Greece, and we are still friends. And we remember all the stuff that we used to do, and that's great. So definitely the student part. Also, I didn't have like a full experience when I graduated because the first year I only went to the boot camp for 2 days, and the second year I was like very busy, so I couldn't go.
In Team Greece, you can learn a lot from the students, make a lot of friends. But the only interesting personalities aren't the students. They're also the coaches, and specifically the coach of Team Greece. What did you learn from him?
Yeah, that's very good question because our coach is a great guy and gave us a lot of inspiration about how the real world works. So he told us about how things actually go, not only about robotics. And we got like we learned things that we wouldn't be able to learn them. Also, we we spoke about everything, and he was like he was giving us great points at really good topics like school, university, work, uh, even about athleticism. You know.
Alright, you became a mentor of Team Greece. You learned from the coach. And the next step, as you told us, was to become an FTC mentor. When you became an FTC mentor, FTC was a new thing in Greece. So, what motivated you to take the risk?
It wasn't like a risk. It was like a double challenge. It was something new. Nobody had like a great experience, and like I used to know some things about because some teams used to go to Cyprus, and the kids from those teams told me some things in order not to be fully inexperienced or only experienced in FGC. So I took that challenge because I love robotics and especially robotics that has to do with rev because it's closest to the real world, and it was very fascinating. We learned new things every day.
The great thing with FTC is that you learn every day just from experience. But it's not only the experience. The mentor has to pass down some knowledge, some values to the students. So, what are you trying to pass down to your students?
So first of all, the competition is going to make you do a little bit of a homework requirement. So you are going to, if you want to pass the knowledge to the kids, you have to know it so well that you can explain it in a clean way and in a way that it's not boring for the kids, and also they are going to understand. For example, if a kid wants to know about manufacturing stuff for the robot or like simulations, CAD, stress analysis, we are going to take the information, break it down in a way that you understand it in a clear way, and then pass it to the kid in order to understand this information in their own level. Never forget like that you have to make it clear for everybody. You would like if the kids have more questions. It's your job to learn how to answer to them, and anything can be learned in robotics. So I try to pass like the information about everything that has to do with the robot, and especially the 3D design, because I that's what I am more into. 3D design, simulations, this stuff.
You mentioned how important it is to guide the students, and you mentioned how long you've been doing all of this. Do you see yourself being close to the first community for the next years?
Totally, yes. Because I don't know if I'm going to be a mentor like next year because I don't know due to my studies. But I will definitely be like a volunteer, a referee, whatever it gets me close to the robots and to the first community. Also, I believe that if you get into like first community once in your life, you are never going to exit. It's like a once in a lifetime experience, and we are going to appreciate that.
Now, before I let you go, one last question. So, let's say that a kid looked at everything you have built, everything you have done, and said, I wanna pick up where you left off. What advice would you give them?
What advice? Okay, first of all, I would congratulate the kids because okay, you start very well done. So that's a very good question. The I think that I would advise the kids three things. Like first of all, do it 100%. Like dedicate uh, your hours into this because it's not like any other hobby. It's gonna pay you back in a way. Like it's gonna make you more ready for your university studies or like for your job. Like do it 100%. Second, don't be afraid to ask. Ask as much questions as you want. Ask like engineering firms. Ask professors. Ask mentors. And the third question is like I think what we all did in a way or something like search search it in the internet. Google it, put ChatGPT, AI, whatever you want. Try to understand it in a way like search everywhere in order to understand it, and then find a way that someone is doing something similar and take the workflow and shape it for your own work. Like find a way to do this You don't have to have like a infinite money. You don't need infinite money. What you need is to know how and how to search. That's the only thing you need. It's like I want to find it. Like I'm gonna search for hours. Then I'm gonna try to understand how it works, break it down, or like reverse engineer it if you like more the term, and then continue. That's the three advice. Also, the fourth advice that it's like I think it's already known. Love it. Love what you do. That is gonna make you do it in the best way.
Thank you, Adonis.
Thank you. Also, guys, check the science project. This guy is doing an amazing job. Just check.
Wow, thank you for the advertisement too. It was great having you on the show tonight. Farewell. Βάση, φαντάσου να το κάνουμε αυτό παράδοση του podcast. Γιατί να φέρνει νερά.
Τρας.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ, πολύ.
Τίποτα.
Παράδοσης. Και τώρα λέει πριν την κάμερα. Ρε, πολύ κρύο είναι το νερό, ρε. Νομίζω τώρα πρέπει να το κλείσεις.
Respect to my mom.
Respect, bro. Respect. Δίνω. Respect, bro.
Respect to Petro, ρε.
Respect, bro. Respect.
Respect.